We're live inside Anfield. We're back inside Anfield. I wasn't here at the game yesterday, so this is my first chance to be back in Anfield, which feels relatively full. I think it's 40,000 capacity, isn't it, Craig, today? And it's just so nice to sort of see the buzz around the stadium again, see fans back in the ground, like seeing everyone waiting for the coach out there before every sort of bit of a match day is back, and it's just great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. It's my first time in the main stand for a football match. It's like one of those. Fuad was saying it before. It's like one of those airport, one of those like little lounges you get into in the airport, posh compared to the Cop. You got Guinness and everything in here.
Loads of space, which is a rarity. You don't get that on the Cop.
But even walking up like dog shit alley, walking around the ground, seeing the bus being welcomed. Like the games last season where there were fans in, it wasn't like this in terms of you weren't walking around the stadium feeling like it was normality back. You were feeling like it felt a bit empty and eerie, and there was only 2,000 or 3,000. It's brilliant to have that normality back, and I can't wait for the moment we walk out. And it's going to feel like I'm a kid again. It's going to feel like that first of just to be back. I'm excited, and there's loads of footballers there that I'm really interested to watch.
It feels like an occasion, doesn't it, just to sort of draw back on that. It does feel like that first time we go out and see the pitch again and things like that. It's going to irk some feelings. I know Neil was quite emotional yesterday when You Never Walk Alone played, and I can see myself going that way, to be honest. I barely thought about the game all day, so I was just sort of wanted to get in this mindset now, which I'm in, which is just so excited to be back in Anfield, so excited to be watching the Reds again, and a championship winning season to boot as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. It's going to the feeling it's going to give us sort of being back, and I'm missing the Burnley game, which I'm fucking devastated about, but I'm thinking about the Chelsea game, and something we've been saying in shows loads is that every game is someone's first game back. Well, that Chelsea game, I'm going to make sure everyone's out to all ours, going to boss night, all these things that makes life feel more normal again, and I'll never take going to the football for granted ever again. I don't think anyone else will. And you saw Jurgen Klopp last night. I got really excited watching it because you saw Jurgen Klopp walking around, clapping the crowd. You heard the songs. You saw Virgil back. Tonight we've got a completely different set of players, but there's it's no less exciting. There's Thiago and Henderson on the bench. Connor Bradley's on the bench as well. My boy.
I can't believe you crowbarred it in
already. But the likes of Fabinho and Firmino, and obviously a start for Keith Gordon as well, is massive.
Yeah, I want to touch on Konate first, because obviously this is going to be his first experience of a full Anfield. He didn't get the chance to play that with Leipzig last year, so this will be his first actual experience as well. And to be honest, I hope it absolutely blows him away, because we're talking about it being here and that sort of breathtaking experience of being back in Anfield. But for him, this will be his first time. I'm jealous, to be honest, that he gets to walk out on that pitch in front of 40,000 people, and just like what an occasion that will be, and what an occasion for us, of course, as well, to be able to see him play at Anfield.
Absolutely, and it's a great dress rehearsal for. Norwich is going to be a cauldron this weekend. Norwich is going to be lively, isn't it? That'll be a real introduction to English football, and obviously you have Burnley, you have the Chelsea game 5:30 after this. So this is like a dress rehearsal for him, and it'll be a special moment. But one of the things I noticed about yesterday was the Athletic Club players and Bilbao players, and how sort of taken back they were from watching You Never Walk Alone. The video, and as the coach come in, Bilbao have put out a video. He'd say this is like a proper moment for these footballers to get to sort of experience this, and for Konate it's the first time of many, and hopefully the beginning of a really, really exciting Liverpool career, because I'm excited about him.
I was just flicking back to the comments there to see what's coming in. Loads of Haaland chat, so keep all that sort of thing coming. Highland Mateus says no problems with the tickets today. No, mate, it was really straightforward actually, wasn't it? I was quite surprised, because I was almost like, if there's been seating issue on the first day, that'll probably carry on going through, but to be fair to the club, they've sorted that out first of all. Gomez back as well, Craig. That's obviously another big thing to sort of add to this occasion, which I keep saying it is such a big occasion, is to see Joe Gomez back on a football pitch and back in front of the crowd and back playing football. It's just unreal.
Yeah, you know what? Joe Gomez is one of those ones that I think it was almost overshadowed how big a miss he was for Liverpool last season because of Virgil van Dijk, and to have him, to have Matip back. Like Matip obviously plays last night, and look, I think Matip and Van Dijk are going to. I think Van Dijk's going to need a little bit of time. I think Gomez is probably going to need a little bit of time. They've been out for so long, and that's where there is real emphasis on Konate to sort of start fast for Liverpool. But he was a massive miss for Liverpool last season, and I think that get a few games under his belt, get back on the pitch on a regular basis for Liverpool. He can be one of the best centre backs in this league. He absolutely can. We saw that in the season that we won the league. God, I can't remember how many seasons ago it was, but it was time.
Exactly.
But he was a massive part of that, and it almost goes under the radar because of just how good Van Dijk was. But I'm excited to see him back and in a red shirt again.
Yeah, and Tsimikas, a big chance for a bit of a dress rehearsal for him this season. We obviously don't know the extent of the Robertson injury yet. We've not seen any news sort of on that front. There was meant to be the scans today, but we've not heard any updates. So it potentially is a big chance for Kostas the Greek, isn't it, Craig? He's got a chance to play at Anfield today for a start, but then also, he's looked so good in pre-season. We obviously hope the Andy Robertson injury isn't a long-term one, but even if it isn't just in the short term, you can sort of start backing Kostas now to fill that void, and hopefully he shows that again today as well.
Huge chance. All eyes are on him tonight, more than any other footballer, because of Robertson going off. And he had a real, I was about to say start to his Liverpool career. He had a bit of just a non-starter, really, hasn't he? But he's looked good in pre-season. He's looked really good, and look, he's not going to be Robertson levels, is he? But you can't expect that of anyone, really. I thought young Beck did brilliantly as well yesterday. Looked really good. But all eyes are in Tsimikas today. # Greek Scouser. I love that. Putting that in all his Instagram posts. And Klopp touched on it in our interview with him, where he said it's been a difficult time for these new footballers to settle in because of COVID, because of moving to a new city, learning the language, not knowing anyone, not being able to meet their teammates outside of training. But now with everything opening up, now with them back playing football again, hopefully no injuries, and there's a potential that he starts this season for Liverpool, which is, it's not what we want, but if you're Tsimikas, you relish in that, hopefully.
Absolutely, yeah. And looking ahead to Norwich, is obviously going to be a few of those places up for grabs just by virtue of the footballers that are going to be available. That's why it feels like a big chance today for Chamberlain and Jones in particular, for one of those to stake their claim in the side. And the other thing is, they're both very exciting footballers, and that's the thing I'm looking forward to most today, is just getting to see exciting footballers playing again, and hopefully they make things happen in this game as well.
Absolutely. We all got excited about Harvey Elliott yesterday, and I don't see him getting thrown in against Norwich. I just don't see that being the case. I don't see them doing that. And obviously, Norwich was a championship side last year. Harvey Elliott played championship football, but I think it's just going to be completely different. The atmosphere, the occasion for Norwich, and I can see him going for someone like Oxlade-Chamberlain if he impresses tonight, because it feels like the easy option, doesn't it? All the experience, and we know what he can do. It's just that we haven't seen it for a while because of injuries and all of that. But it's a massive opportunity for him as well, and for him to just get pre-season under his belt, because he hasn't had that in the last 2 seasons. I don't think Oxlade-Chamberlain signs for Liverpool late in the window, injured for the last one. So yeah, good performance under his belt, and he could be starting. Curtis Jones sort of gone under the radar, not many talking about him. I think that suits him perfectly. I think last season was his first proper season of being seen as being a first team squad player, if you like. Played some massive games in the Champions League. I wouldn't put it past him just to get a chance at the beginning of the season, but I just think it'll be Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think that's just the simple option.
Yeah, it feels like the way it's edging.
What about Conor Bradley then?
Well,
Conor Bradley's on the bench.
We'll talk about it, because you know what stood out to me yesterday was seeing lads like Owen Beck and Tyler Morton who got their opportunity yesterday to play in front of Anfield, and it's one of the things that you don't sort of think about in pre-season, particularly when we have these Anfield friendlies. There's some people who sort of in a bit of disagreement about whether we should be having friendlies at Anfield because it doesn't feel like as much of an occasion, but you can forget very easily that for these younger lads, it's the first chance for them to play at Anfield. Cade Gordon getting the start today, Conor Bradley potentially coming off the bench, a few of the other lads on the bench, some of the young lads being involved in this squad, getting the chance to play in front of 40,000 at Anfield. That's a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, I think first of all, for the likes of Cade Gordon, for Conor Bradley, just the very idea of being able to train with these footballers every day has been a massive thing for them this summer. Obviously, both young lads have got a go early in pre-season, and Cade Gordon's looked the business, hasn't he? He looks like another sort of Harvey Elliott-esque signing.
16 years old.
Plucked from, was it Birmingham?
Derby.
Yeah. Plucked from Derby, sort of before he takes that next step. Obviously, he made his debut at 16 for Derby. It feels very Harvey Elliott, doesn't it? And he's looked the absolute business, a real handful, and just loads of class, which is what we saw of Harvey Elliott earlier in his career. And you're right, the likes of Beck last night, it was just dead exciting watching him go on the pitch and do really well. Conor Bradley, Northern Irish lads, after my own heart. I hope he gets a chance. That'll be really nice for him. But it'll just top off a brilliant summer for these young footballers, because like you say, pre-season's just one of those. It gives them these opportunities they probably won't get the rest of the season. Cade Gordon might sort of sneak into a League Cup squad, but even then, you've seen Liverpool have played 2 first-team teams there, and they're both great teams, you know what I mean? So how are these young...
And he's starting in this one.
Yes, but that just goes to show how well he's done in pre-season.
Absolutely.
But yeah, massive opportunity. And also Thiago and Henderson on the bench. nice to see them, won't it?
Absolutely, yeah. To be fair, I've barely even looked at the bench or talked about the bench there. As you say, Thiago and Henderson are part of the bench. Origi on the bench as well. There's no Nat Phillips or Shaqiri today. It feels like they're sort of edging towards moves away from Liverpool now. There could be a few more things happening during the rest of the window. Now we'll obviously be covering all of that at the Anfield Wrap as we do, and covering all the news and events that matter to you. There'll be loads of transfer gutters still to come, believe me. Rob Gutman's in Portugal, but he's not escaping the clutches of Anfield Wrap content. We'll obviously be doing loads around the game today as well. We'll have all our post-match stuff, all the written stuff on our website and our app. If you download the app, you get free tokens to listen to all our premium content, watch all of our premium content, all of that good stuff. Me and Craig are going to go enjoy it now. Up the Reds.